So now in this section we'll be discussing the concept of shifting of origin and curve tracing. So shifting of origin is basically based on the concept that the area remains invariant when the coordinate axes are shifted. And then we'll be discussing curve tracing, in which you'll get to know what are the steps that you are supposed to follow when you trace a curve, and symmetry is an important concept of curve tracing. So let's begin. Okay, so moving further in area under curves, we shall now be discussing other important topics like shifting of origin, curve tracing, and then we'll be discussing various examples based on these concepts. So basically when we talk of shifting of origin, since the main concept involved behind this is that we know that the area remains invariant, that means it remains unchanged when the coordinate axes are shifted, and therefore this shifting of origin really helps us in various questions. Our computations become quite simpler when we shift the origin, right? So we'll be discussing the question, you'll get to know that this thing then. So we have an example based on shifting of origin. Area enclosed between the parabolas y square minus 2y plus 4x plus 5 equal to 0 and x square plus 2y minus y plus 2 equal to 0. Okay, so these are the two parabolas and we are required to find out the area enclosed between these parabolas. So first equation is y square minus 2y plus 4x plus 5 equal to 0. Let me try to convert it into some standard form so that we can recognize what sort of parabola is this. So what I can do is y square minus 2y I have, so I will make it in the form of y minus 1 square and equal to minus 4x. So we have y square plus 1 minus 2y, so these two terms have been utilized. Then we have equal to minus 4x, then we will have minus 5, but I have added 1 here, so I will have it as plus 1. This is my equation 1. You can just open up these brackets and try to see whether we have written it correctly or not. Y square minus 2y plus 1 equal to minus 4x minus 4. 1 you can take it here, so we have it as minus 5, so it's correct. Then the other equation that we have is x square plus 2x minus y plus 2 is 0. Again, I can write it as x plus 1 whole square because I have x square plus 2x. So that gives me a hint of converting it to the parabola of the form x plus 1 whole square. So x plus 1 whole square is y minus 1. This is my second equation. Now see, now if we shift the origin, I can put my y minus 1 equal to capital Y and x plus 1 equal to capital X. So the equation, what do we have? This equation becomes y square equal to minus 4x simply, and then this equation becomes x square equal to y, right? These are the two equations, and here my a is 1 and b is 1 by 4. So required area would be 16 AB by 3, that is 16, 1, 1 by 4 by 3, and that is 4 by 3. So see, now these equations were quite complicated. We have just used the concept of shifting of origin. Once I have shifted the origin, the equations became very simple and we have directly got the answer. So this is how shifting of origin helps you out in questions of area. Next thing that we have is curve tracing. This is obviously extremely important. Until and unless you can draw the curve, you know how to trace the curve, you cannot solve out your questions. Seeing just at the question without being able to draw the figure, you cannot think of computing the areas in majority of the questions. In some questions obviously it is possible, but in majority of the questions it's not possible. So in curve tracing, these are the steps that you are going to follow. In order to reach the approximate shape of the curve, follow the below listed steps. First of all, symmetry. This is a wide concept. We'll be discussing it. I'll be explaining it to you just now. So the first step is you'll figure out the symmetry. Then find the points where the curve crosses the x-axis and y-axis. You'll try to find out the points where the curve is crossing your x-axis or y-axis. then you'll find dy by dx and examine, if possible, the intervals where fx is increasing or decreasing and its stationary points. Now computing dy by dx and finding out the stationary points or the intervals in which the function is increasing or decreasing also helps you out in drawing the curve. So the third step would be this, and finally you will try to examine when examine y when x is tending to infinity or x is tending to minus of infinity. So firstly you will try to judge out the symmetry. Obviously symmetry, I will be discussing the various points. Then we will try to find out the point where the curve is crossing your x and y axis, then dy by dx and the stationary points or the intervals in which the function is increasing or decreasing, and finally examine y when x is tending to infinity or minus infinity. So the first thing that we have to judge is symmetry. Now in symmetry you have to judge whether it is about x axis, right? You can have the symmetry about y axis, right? And then you can have symmetry about both axes, and then you can have symmetry about the line y equal to x. So when you have to judge about x axis, what you can do is just replace y by minus y, interchange y by minus y, and equation, if the equation remains unchanged, once you replace y by minus y, the equation of the curve remains unchanged, then the curve is said to be symmetrical about x axis. An example in this case would be y square equal to 4ax. Once you replace y by minus y, again the curve remains same, and therefore this curve is symmetrical about x axis. Then about y axis, replace x by minus x and the curve remains same, then it will be symmetrical about y axis. So now how can you remember this? When you have to find out the symmetry about x axis, you have to replace y by minus y. It's just opposite. In case of symmetry about x axis, you have to replace y by minus y, and in case of symmetry about y axis, you have to replace x by minus x. So example in this case would be x square equal to 4ay. Then we have about both axes. So about both axes, if the curve remains unchanged when you replace x by minus x and y by minus y, then the curve would be symmetrical about both axes. For example, x square plus y square equal to a square. Now in this equation, if you replace x by minus x and y by minus y, your curve won't change. It remains unchanged, and therefore the curve is symmetrical about both axes. And fourth would be about the line y equal to x. So in this case, if the curve remains unchanged by interchanging x and y, then you'll say that the curve is symmetrical about the line y equal to x. For example, x cube plus, okay, let's see it here. Example is x cube plus y cube equal to 3xy. Now in this curve, let me interchange my x and y. So I have y cube plus x cube is 3yx. That is simply x cube plus y cube is 3xy. So the equation remains unchanged, and therefore you will say that this curve is symmetrical about the line y equal to x. So this was about symmetry. This is how you are going to judge the symmetry of a curve. Now we have the first example based on this. Basically first example again on area enclosed by the curves. The area of the region enclosed by the curves y equal to x log x and y equal to 2x minus 2x square is what? Now first of all, obviously we are going to draw the curve. So in curve tracing, see y equal to, we have x log x. So clearly x has to be positive, right? So my x is positive. Then for 0 is less than x is less than 1, x log x is less than 0. So for x lying between 0 and 1, this is going to be negative, and for x greater than 1, x log x is greater than 0. Also, x log x is equal to 0 will imply x is 1. And further, what you can do is dy by dx is equal to 0 will imply 1 plus log x is equal to 0, which implies x is 1 by e, which is a point of minima. Now let us draw the curve first. This is the curve, then we'll have something of this form, right? And then I'll have this is my curve, right? This is 1, this is my origin. So this is what I have. This is my y-axis, this is my x-axis, this is my origin, this is minus 1, y dash, x dash. So now this is y equal to, and this is y equal to 2x minus 2x square. So basically we are required to find out this area. Now required area is, you can see from the curve that required area would be integral 0 to 1 2x minus 2x square dx minus 0 to 1 x log x dx. Twice of 0 to integral 0 to 1 area enclosed by this minus 0 to 1 area enclosed by this, and this is simple integration. You can find it out, 2x square by 2 minus 2x cube by 3 from 0 to 1 minus, and you can find it out using this is the first function and this is the second function. So using the formula of integration, you can find it out and you'll get it as x square by 2 log x. This will be your first function, this will be your second function, and then just integrate it using parts and you get it as x square by 2 log x minus x square by 4 from 0 to 1. This becomes 1 minus 2 by 3 and then minus 0 minus 1 by 4. You finally get it as 3 minus 2 is 1 by 3 plus 1 by 4, that is 7 by 12. So let's discuss what have we done in this question. The area enclosed by the curve y equal to x log x and 2x minus 2x square is, you were required to compute this. So basically, first of all, we saw that it is clearly x has to be positive, and for x lying between 0 and 1, this x log x is negative, less than 0. For x greater than 1, it is positive, and equal to 0, for equal to 0, x has to be 1. So that means this curve will cross the will be equal to 0 only when x equal to 1. So at x equal to 1, at x equal to 1, it is crossing this axis, and therefore it is 0 at x equal to 1. And then for dy by dx to be equal to 0, we have found out that x is 1 by e, which is a point of minima. And after drawing the curve, you can easily judge that the area would be integral 0 to 1 this curve area enclosed by this minus 0 to 1 area enclosed by this. The next question that we have is area bounded by y equal to 1 by x square minus 2x plus 2 and x-axis is what? So this is y is 1 by x square minus 2x plus 2, right? So it can be written as y equal to 1 by x minus 1 square plus 1. You can draw your curve here. This would be this is 0, this is 1, my curve will look something of this form, and so this is how our curve is going to look like, and this is my 1, this is 1, this is y axis, this is y dash, this is x dash, and this is x. Okay, so this is the, let me shade it also, this is the required area that we are required to compute. This entire area we are required to compute, right? Area bounded by this curve and the x-axis. So once you have drawn the graph, you can see that this area would be equal to twice of 1 to infinity. You can see it is symmetrical, and so we can just write it as twice of 1 to infinity 1 upon x minus 1 square plus 1 dx, and this is equal to twice of tan inverse x minus 1 from 1 to infinity, which is equal to pi square units. So this was, I suppose, very simple question. The answer is simply pi square units. That means the option number D is correct. Next question that we have is the area bounded by the loop of the curve 4y square equal to x square 4 minus x square is what? So you have to find the area bounded by the loop 4y square equal to x square 4 minus x square. So basically we have 4y square is x square 4 minus x square, right? So we have y would be equal to plus minus of half under root x square 4 minus x square, and this is equal to plus minus x by 2 under root 4 minus x square. Now the graph would look something like this. It would be of this form. Right, so this is my y axis, this is my x axis, this is my origin, this is my, sorry, this is y dash, this is x axis, and this is x dash. So this would be minus 2 and this would be 2. So this is the area that we are required to compute, right? Area bounded by the loop of the curve 4y square equal to x square 4 minus x square is. So this is a graph, and therefore in this case my area is going to be, in fact this would be y equal to, this would be y equal to x by 2 under root 4 minus x square, and this is y equal to minus x by 2 under root 4 minus x square. So now in this case our area would be equal to 4 times 0 to 2 x by 2 under root 4 minus x square dx. So area is 4 times, you can see that we can just find out the area of this portion. From 0 to 2 we can find out the area of this, and we can just make it 4 times and we'll get the total area. So the area is 4 times 0 to 2 x by 2 under root 4 minus x square dx. Let 4 minus x square, how do you compute this integration? 4 minus x square can be assumed as t, so that you get minus 2x dx is dt, and therefore area becomes 4 by 2 also can be taken outside, then we have 2 and x dx becomes dt. So we have under root t dt, and the limits also change, they become 4 to 0. Now when x was 0, t is 4, and when x is 2, t is 0. So this is what we get. So 4 gets cancelled, and instead of minus we can just interchange our limits using the properties of definite integration, if you remember. So I have it as 0 to 4 under root t dt, and therefore this just becomes t raised to 3 by 2 by 3 by 2 from 0 to 4, and therefore we have 16 by 3 square units. Area is 16 by 3 square units, right? So now the next question that we have is the area enclosed by the curves xy square equal to a square a minus x and a minus x y square is a square x is what? Now the two curves are x y square is a square a minus x. So this means my x is, if I take my terms of x on this side, I have y square plus a square is a cube. So by a square plus y square. Then I'll have second one is a minus x y square is a square x. So this gives me x is a y square by a square plus y square. X becomes, okay, I can take it here. So a square plus y square is a y square, right? So this we can also simplify, like we can just add and subtract a cube, and I have it as a minus a cube by a square plus y square. This is my 2. Now from this you can see that curve 1, from the equation of curve 1 you can see it is symmetrical about x axis. That means if you interchange y by minus y, replace y by minus y, the curve remains unchanged. Therefore it is symmetrical about the x axis, and it has y axis as its asymptote. And similarly, if we talk about the curve 2, then this curve is symmetrical about x axis. If you interchange y by minus y, it remains unchanged, and therefore it is symmetrical about x axis, tangent at origin as y axis, and the asymptote is x equal to a. So using these, moreover you can also find out that the two curves intersect at a by 2 a and a by 2 minus a. The two curves are intersecting at these particular points. So let us first draw the curves. The curve would look something of this form. Then you'll have something of this form, and this is my origin. Right, and this is my origin. This is my x axis, this is my y axis, this is my x dash, this is my origin, and moreover it will be somewhat like this. You'll have to draw the accurate graph. It will be like this, right? And we have also found out the points of intersection. This would be the line, sorry, so this is the line x equal to a by 2. This is my point a0, and obviously then this is, if you construct this line, this is going to be x equal to a, right? This is my x equal to a. This is my origin, and we have y axis. This is my point P. These are the points of intersection of these two curves P and Q, and we have written what is P and what is Q, and therefore the required area is this area. Area enclosed by these two curves would be this area, right? this entire area. So how do you find out this area? Okay, what about these curves? We haven't mentioned these. This would be x equal to a cube by a square plus y square, right? And this curve is x is ay square by a square plus y square. You can see it from here, a cube by a square plus y square and ay square by a square plus y square, right? So these are the two curves. Now from this you can see that area would be twice of 0 to a cube by a square plus y square minus a y square by a square plus y square dy, right? You can just calculate 0 to a cube by a square plus y square, area enclosed by this, 0 to a area enclosed by this, minus 0 to a area enclosed by this curve, and we can just make it twice so that we get the total area. And this would be, you can take out a common, it becomes a square minus y square by a square plus y square dy. So this becomes 2a, and then you have twice of 0 to a square by a square plus y square dy minus 0 to a dy. So we can write it as 2a tan inverse y by a, obviously it will be from 0 to a, minus a. After this, what do you get? Just solve it out, it is simple integration, and therefore this gives me 2a pi by 4 minus a, that is equal to a square pi minus 2. So yeah, 2a pi, you will get a pi, and you can take a common. So we get it as a square pi minus 2. So this is the final answer, that is the area enclosed between these two curves. Just practice a very good number of questions based on these concepts, that is area under curves, because mastering this concept, excelling in this particular area, that is area under curves, is a bit tedious task. It is quite difficult, but yes, with practice you will be able to excel in this also. Well, I hope you must have understood the concept of curve tracing and shifting of origin, and do practice a very good number of questions based on this concept, because it is extremely important from your examination point of view. Now in the next section we will be discussing various other concepts of curve tracing, area under curves, like we will be discussing determination of parameters, we will be practicing questions based on them, and then we will discuss average value of a function. So stay tuned.